Hello, teachers. So this is the instructional guide for Primary 5, Term 1, Week 10. For this particular week, we have 3 booklets. Sounds a lot, but can be done because they are, in a way, repetitive, quite simple. So let's start with the first booklet. You notice that I'm going to skip a lot of questions. For the first booklet, just start by teaching this question. By the way, right, for those of you who are using Draw PDF, right, to conduct lesson, right, no more, right? So please take note that we need to use this one over here called PDFX, which is already installed in the computers, right, in the center's computers. Okay, so let's start with the first question. Barry had 3 whole 2 out of 5 cakes. He gave his sister 1 out of 3 10 cakes. How many cakes did he have left? So this is subtraction. This is the equation. Now, to do this question, right, tell students that no, they do not have to convert these 2 mixed numbers into improper fraction first. Rather, they can take care of the whole, right? So if there's a whole here, just do 3 whole minus 1 whole. That equals to 2 whole. Then they continue to write 2 whole, 2 out of 5, minus 3 out of 10. Okay, after that, okay, they will convert to the common denominator, right? So it makes it easier like that. Common denominator, 5 and 10 will be 10. Okay, and then 4 out of 3 minus 4 minus 3 equals 1 out of 10. Right, so quite simple. And I will skip some of this guided practice and just go straight into getting them to do question 2. I beg your pardon, right? Sorry. Let me take that back, right? We'll not do question 2. We'll just go straight into page 7 and get them to do 3A, right? Check that they know how to do this, right? Understanding? Okay, so if they're okay, or can get it correctly, then let's move on to 4A, right? Without pictures. And I think they shouldn't really need pictures anyway, right? So most of them should be fine. Now, do take note, for some of the questions, they will need to do regrouping. So for example, you would need to demonstrate question 4B for them. So if you look at this, 4 whole 1 out of 3 minus 2 whole 3 out of 4, right? You take away the whole numbers first. 4 minus 2 whole equals 2 whole. 2 1/3 minus 3 out of 4. So convert into common denominator, right? What you get is denominator 12, right? So it becomes 2 whole 4 out of 12 minus 9 out of 12. Now 4 out of 12 minus 9 out of 12, right? Not enough. Okay, so you need to regroup that 1 whole into 12 out of 12. So that will give you 16 out of 12, right? Therefore, you know, if you regroup, and then this one you add 12 to it. Right, this becomes 1. If they want to see it working, right, it's like that, but otherwise that's fine. Okay, so 1 whole 16 out of 12 minus 9 out of 12, and then it equals 1 whole 7 out of 12. Okay, then we can skip few questions. Get them to do 4 on their own, which is just a question equivalent. Okay, I think should be fine, quite straightforward. And then you jump all the way, right, to page 19. Okay, for this one, they have to understand. So for clarity, get them to write things like this, right? I always get them to do that because I'm actually, I don't quite like it when they just do the fractions or numbers like that, right? So back x, maybe just cut it short equals x. So get them right out. X equals 5 whole, 5 out of 8 kg. Right, writing a mouse is become. What about y? Y contains 2 whole 5 out of 11 out of 12 less. So they need to do it this way. 5, oops, sorry. It's really 5 whole kg, right? You get what I'm saying? It's very difficult to write here. Okay, minus 11 out of 12, right? Kg. Okay, and then you get the answer. Then after that, how much should they weigh in total? They add it up. Okay, and that's it for this booklet. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, sorry, I need to do a few things first. Okay, so this one, exit, yes. All right, the next one will be book 2. Book 2 is this one over here, right? So here, so depending on whether the students have brought a calculator or not, I would remind them to bring a calculator. right? But if they have not brought the calculator, right, you can always do it another way, right? Which is to create the scenario that what happens if you don't have a calculator. All right, so they have to convert. All right, so same thing. That means a bit more tedious, but they have to convert and so on. So we can give them some practice. I would just say the questions to practice, right, is not this one over here, but when they have to express the answer with decimal. All right, so hence for this kind of question, let me get my pen ready. It's not ready yet. So for this kind of question, right, get them to do question 2, right, question 3 as well. If they have a calculator, use it, right? And then after that, they can do one of this question. Maybe just, 4 and 5, right? To do gut practice. Okay. So if they don't have a calculator, you can lend them one, right? Where without using a scientific method way, they just have to convert, right? To common denominator, right? If they don't have the scientific calculator, right? If they have, that's fine. And then after that, right, I would just skip all the way to one of these questions here, right? Again, this is very similar to the worksheet 1 that they did just now. Okay, so they got to do it step by step. Okay, and then we are done, right? So go through this with them, and then we're done for this booklet. All right, so quite fast. All right, next one. The last booklet will be book 3. So book 3 are just additional practices of what they have learned just now, right? So you can, I would say randomly give them some exercise to do in class. Okay, so the, oops, what's happening here? Give me a minute. Yep. So I would say, get them to do a variety of questions. One of it will be this one over here. Okay, the thing about using PDFX is that you cannot open multiple documents in one, so you got to open it one by one, right, to a few documents. Okay, so get them to try A, right? This one is to convert into mixed number. Okay, a few questions of this. And then maybe to get them to do 2A, right? This one, take note, they have to correct to 2 decimal places, right? So these they can do it in class. Okay, get them to try a question like this, C. Okay, so they have to compare. I don't smaller or greater than. So not too much of this, right? Because it's very tedious. Okay. And then maybe let's see. Right, a word problem here, question 7. If they can't finish it within the class, right, that is fine. Right. Question 9. Okay, you can always do it as homework. Okay. So yeah, a lot of this here. So this one, they have to read it carefully. Right. The method here is Terry how much, Linda how much, Paul how much, right? And then they have to do the subtraction. So all these are really repetitive questions. Okay, maybe last question. All right. Okay, so that's it for the 3 booklets for P5. Thank you.